The Brothers of Liberty, here to remind you what true freedom is. Hello, and welcome to another edition of the Brothers of Liberty, always here to remind you what true freedom is. Today, we're actually going to be talking about hooking. Um, what the news media do, all of them does it. I even am guilty of doing it sometimes, just to get viewers' attention to try to click on us and to read or to listen to us. But this particular one, I think, is a little out of hand because it's very misleading. As every day I go through the news headlines to see what topics I'm going to talk about and link, or for my news headline segment, and to give my brother some ideas too if he wants to talk about anything in general. However, I did come across this one news headline, and this is exactly how it reads. School backtracks after denying students from painting American flag. I love my country. That's it. Now, this came from the Fox News Media website, and we all know they are more conservative than the CN, and you got the liberal ones like CNN and MSN and whatnot. And I take my news from different sources, including Sky News and the BBC, because you get a different perspective and try to give you that perspective from my point of view. That's why I said this is all about opinions. I will have facts in here when I research them properly. But one thing I always say is do the research. This particular news story, as you think, it has nothing to do with denying the students the painting the American flag. What they did was the students are raising money for a fundraiser for their school. They paint and design things in parking spots and auction off the parking spots. Well, there were several students who wanted to paint the American flag on the parking spots. Several veterans that were employed by the school worried that it might offend and make some veterans angry. So what the school did, they never denied them. They actually put it on hold and said, wait until we get permission. They contacted the local VFW and they gave them permission to do so, which they did. So they never backtracked from saying, oh, you can't do it, and then, oh, yes, you can do it. No, that was never the case. They said, we're going to say, hold on while we check. And of course, they mentioned it's a school in Southern California, so everybody's flag, oh, California hates Americans and everything else, or hate the American flag. Now, there are some schools that in the past it says you can't wear American flag because it offends somebody, but this was not the case here. The principal is actually married to an Army veteran. They were all more worried about offending the veterans. And like I said, even the news article itself says, yeah, the title could be misleading. You think? Um, Now, that is, I don't like in the news, misleading titles. Um, with me, yes, I try to do a hook, but unless it's an blatant opinion, the hook, when you look at the news story, you can Google it and find out that it's not a hook that lies or a hook that's misleading. You can look at it, you can research it, and bam. Like I always tell people, don't believe everything I say, research it. I had a teacher tell us that. Don't believe everything I say, research it. Use your mind. Don't listen to CNN and MSNBC because they could just be telling you their side of the story. Because everybody has a side. For any Star Wars fans out there, uh, Star Wars Return of the Jedi, Luke to Obi-Wan. You told me Vader murdered and killed my father. And Obi-Wan said, your father was seduced by the dark side of the Force, so what I told you was true to a certain point of view. Everybody's going to have a certain point of view, and we need to make sure we go past a certain point of views and look at nothing but the facts. Walter Cronkite was very much a liberal Democrat, but yet no one knew it because he gave the facts. And that's what news media need to do today. Stop talking about the narrative, just the facts. And if they can't do that, then they shouldn't be called journalists. They should be called propaganda or indoctrination tools. And that goes for Fox, CNN, MSNBC, every one of them. I know I pissed a few people off with this one, but I don't care. That's why I said do your research. Don't just listen to one source. Look up all the sources because every source is only going to have one piece of the puzzle. And that's my thoughts for today. Tell me what you think. Comment in our videos. Send us an email on any topics you want us to talk about. Brothers of Liberty 76 at gmail.com. If you don't want us to put a video on it but want us to write about it, we have our blog site, which is also on our About page on our channel. Go on the blog site, email us through there. It's still the same email. We will get it either way. Subscribe to our blog as well. And this is the older brother Kelton, always reminding you what true freedom is.